I consider a coaching agreement to be largely symbolic. It is an expression of intent by both coach and client to do certain things in order to achieve a desired outcome for the client. That does not mean that there is no legal validity to having a coaching agreement. As a simple contract, it meets all the requirements necessary to create an enforceable document. But I personally try to avoid any situation that might require the use of legal recourse against the client. Coaching is complex, and a life coach understands that the whole of coaching is always greater than the sum of the parts that are outlined in the coaching agreement. I consider a life coach more of a highly skilled and creative facilitator than a technician who can read a blueprint. Coaching is as much an art as it is a profession. Your coaching agreement is there to validate your authority as a coach. It is not meant to put your coaching skills into a straitjacket. For those of you who may not be familiar with the components of a coaching agreement, there are 7 essential elements that must be present. These 7 essential elements of a coaching agreement are the proposal, who will do what, the acceptance, who agrees to do what, the consideration, who will pay to do what, the promise to perform, who will deliver on what, the time, who will deliver on the promise and by what date, the terms and conditions, what is the fine print of the agreement, and finally, the performance. What happens when the rubber hits the road? If you're not sure about the meaning or significance of these various components, check out my courses at personacoach.teachable.com. There, I explain them in detail. Based on the coachable moment you just watched, here's today's coaching challenge. Why should you consider a coaching agreement to be largely symbolic? Is it because it's not a legally binding contract? Is it an expression of intent between coach and client? Is it an aspirational agreement, but not legally enforceable? Or does it not measure up to the tests of a legal document? The answer is number 2. It is an expression of intent between coach and client. Check out all my online training at personacoach.teachable.com.